Hello, Facebook. Hello, everyone. Hi, Gift of Health family. Good to see everyone. For those of you who are just joining and who are not familiar with us, I am Dr. Arjun Raipudi, and this is my lovely wife, Dr. Shobha Raipudi. We are both lifestyle medicine doctors and co-founders of Gift of Health, where we are teaching people how to have the best health, to get off medication treadmill, reverse chronic disease, and lose weight and keep it off by simply changing the diet and lifestyle by using the power of food. Today, surprise is that every week we are bringing some guests, but we thought we wanted to have this some intimate um, conversation with you about happy and healthy drinking.
So I would say more than that, like when we incorporate like one little change,
Hmm.
it impacts our life. Like
Absolutely, yeah.
it brings enormous benefits.
Hmm.
So maybe like even if we don't know about like how to eat right
Hmm.
or what to eat, maybe like when we just do small changes about like even what we drink.
Yes, makes a huge difference, right? Like,
Hmm.
see, what we are seeing in our practice is that majority of the people are struggling from chronic diseases that are lifestyle related.
Hmm.
When we are talking about the common chronic diseases, we're
Hmm.
talking about heart disease, diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, overweight, arthritis, acid reflux. More than 90% of these are due to poor diet and lifestyle choices. And the paradox is that we find so hard to make a lifestyle
Lifestyle change.
change.
So yeah, we are thinking, oh, it's too hard.
Yeah.
So what? How about we just make one simple change?
Yes, absolutely.
And that's what we wanted to show you today.
Uh,
Actually, like what we can do with just our drinking and how that can bring major benefits.
Absolutely. Yeah. Flo is saying hi. Pearl, hi Pearl, how are you?
Hi, good to see you
Vivian, good to see
all.
you, Vivian. Let us know where you're joining from. We always love to hear from you. That's what keeps us more energized and engaged so that we can give our best to you.
Yeah.
So today we're going to be focusing on how to power up our drinking.
Yeah. So, can you think of things that we drink like on a common basis every day? Can you think of things that actually harm us? I feel free to type in like what are the common things that you think that we
These are
take
common everyday
that
drink.
yeah that we drink every day and that might impact our health.
Yeah, many people like not knowing.
Mhm.
Uh, Hey, Aruna is joining from Sydney.
Oh wow.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so we
What
drink
time? What time is it in Sydney now, Aruna? Are you in Sydney, Nova Scotia, or Sydney, Australia?
oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Water. Yeah, water is great.
Yeah.
How much is a
So
serving of a, teaspoon of spirulina? Any super greens? Yeah, we can touch upon that.
yes.
Whitby, Ontario. Uh, Thank you, Aruna. Thank you for kind words. Good, good. So, uh, should we share our
Mhm.
screen?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So uh, meanwhile, when we are talking, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the Facebook group, and we will be sure to address.
Yes. So, what
Mm,
we'll be sharing about what are the common drinks that many people are drinking that it is better to avoid,
mhm,
and what drinks that we should be focusing on, and how to not only just the theory but also how to make it happen.
mhm.
Because most of the time we are focused on what to eat, what to not to eat, but rarely many people focus on what to drink.
Yes.
And the irony of it is this: our body, even though it looks solid, more than 72% of our body is actually made up of fluid. It's
Yes, you're
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Like 70% of it's made with water, I would
Yes,
say.
yeah. So we are more fluid in our body, like water, liquid, than the solid, even though we appear solid. So we should be, we should be giving equal importance to what we are drinking along with what we eat.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. So some of you have said, okay, the things that might be harming is coffee. And yeah, some of you have mentioned that like we drink water, water is good. So
yeah, so it's
that,
10 a.m. in Australia.
wow.
Great, great, and it's 7:45 here.
Yes.
Hi, Jimmy. Good to see you here. Let's see. We're going to be sharing our screen. Be ready to take some notes, ask some questions. Let's see, and share this live with your friends and family members. Give it some likes. Give some love so that like it will show up on their news feed too. That's how the Facebook works. Like the more we engage and the more it will m- we can bring it to our friends and family members. So we're going to be sharing our screen. So you can see our screen. Yes, it says it's showing live.
Mhm.
Yeah. So let's focus on why is that we even need to care about like uh, drinking. Like why should we care about what we drink? Like the first thing is the it what we drink affects our energy level. uh, if you pay attention on a day is that you drink enough fluids, your energy is more balanced. On the days where you don't drink enough water or you're not taking enough liquids, then you feel that your energy is drained. And also some liquids, like when we drink, which will come shortly, like some fluids that we take in, they increase energy level, but eventually they drain the energy. Whereas some of drinks that we take, they keep our energy so balanced. So one thing is the fluid that we take in, it affects our energy level. And what we drink also affects our health in so many ways, which we'll be covering shortly. And what we drink affects our mood. And many people, when I say mood, people, you might be thinking, oh, I love my coffee, it gives me it boosts my energy, or I love my alcohol, like our wine, it
It
makes me more mellow.
relaxed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And also it depends upon the weather, right? Like
Mhm.
when the weather is warm, we feel like having something cold. And when the weather is cold, then we feel like having something warm, like tea. Or so it also affects our mood, how what we drink. And uh, what we drink, the liquids also affect our performance. How well are we doing at our work? Or if you're into athletics, working out, it affects our performance in the gym. Or even when we are interacting with our friends and family members, like the more hydrated we are, the more nourished we are inside, we do better in our relationship. So it affects our performance as well. And last but not the least, like it affects our pocket.
You mean to say what we drink affects our pocket?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm curious to see that.
See, think of it this way, like just if you're used to drinking soda,
Mhm.
right? One soda, depending upon where you live. Like I don't know how much soda costs in Australia, but they have made it so cheap in Canada and US. But in many countries, sodas are expensive, right? Let's say a can of Coke is $1. Uh, I have many of my patients, when I take the dietary history in the clinic, surprised to see we are surprised that there are many people drinking like three, four, five.
Or six
Yeah,
6 cans of like those are 99 cents.
yes,
And yeah,
and
yeah.
some people they get this 2 liter Coke bottle
Hmm.
and they're drinking that in a day or over 2 days. And some
Okay.
people are drinking like coffee.
Hmm.
Each coffee cup of coffee you pay about $2 to $3, and people are drinking like 2 to 3 cups of that. And talk about alcohol.
Mhm.
Like every time we go for grocery shopping, see the thing about in Canada where we are, many places where we buy groceries also sell alcohol, and you'd be surprised to see how much the alcohol costs. There are many people who will be complaining, I can't, it's too expensive to eat healthy,
Mhm.
but you're buying like $30, $40 worth of alcohol, like beer and like wine and whiskey, rum. So guys, this is a one underlooked area. What you drink, what you choose to drink, your drinking habits, they drain your pocket so much. So something to pay attention.
You're right. Like if I'm just for soda, if I'm just spending $6 a day
Yeah,
over the year, 365 days,
that's
like
the
it's almost $2,000.
absolutely. Yeah, and what could you do with $2,000?
Oh.
Yeah, you can go for a nice treats, and with COVID going on, we can't go vacation. But when things open up, we could save some
Yeah.
to go for a vacation, or like. And the thing is if you just said for 1 year, how
Mhm.
about if you have that habit over 5 years,
Mhm.
10 years, like if you're used to drinking coffee, and so it's just uh, knowing what to drink and knowing what to avoid. It affects you in many levels.
Mhm.
Yeah, did we get your curiosity there, like yeah, let us see, like let's look and see what's going on, like when we are looking at Zoom, it's hard to see our what uh, like if are we missing any feedback or the comments from you. So I'm just looking at see. Okay, yes. Okay, here we are. Okay. So you ready to get started? Like, let's focus on it's easy to start with what to avoid, huh?
Mhm.
So here is like the stuff to drink less of.
Mhm. Yeah. So one is sodas, and sometimes we think, okay, I'm drinking diet soda, not the regular soda. So also diet sodas, if we can drink less, that's the best thing we can do for ourselves. Then comes the fruit juices, and like most store-bought fruit juices,
Yeah, these are loaded with
with the,
sugar.
Mhm.
Even though this some you might think the fruit juice, the fresh fruit juice, or the I'm talking about the fruit juices. This in bottled fruit juices. These are devoid of the fiber. Like usually the fruit comes along with the fiber and the sugar. When you make juice out of it, you're discarding the pulp,
Mhm.
discarding the nutrients, discarding the fiber, and you're just taking the
Just
pure liquid sugar.
concentrated sugar
Sugar,
added.
yeah.
And the third one is dairy.
Yeah, and we'll come more to this, like
Mhm.
why to avoid dairy.
Mhm.
So bear with us. So first we'll go through the list and we'll look into each one of these as well.
Yeah. Then the caffeinated energy drinks.
Yes, and this is a big drainer of
Mhm.
pocket as well. Like so much money is being spent on the caffeinated energy drinks, and so many health adverse effects with
Mhm.
these. And then
Of course,
alcohol.
alcohol.
Yes,
Yeah. So, like, if we can drink less of sodas, fruit juices, dairy, caffeinated energy drinks, and alcohol, like, we have set ourselves in a path towards health. So, that is something to keep in mind. And then you must be wondering, okay, what is that I should be drinking more of? So, if you look at it, the one thing that is available in your house is water. That's the best thing that you can give it to your body, and that's the best drink that you can have.
yes,
I would say it is a gift from nature. Like
yes.
without water, I would say nothing can exist. Neither our body can exist, or like, so to speak, so many things cannot
The life can't exist without water,
yes.
right? It's amazing that 72% of our body is water,
Mhm.
right? But as a culture, from even in just last two generations, we are going away more and more from water, and we are drinking like all kinds of garbage instead of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like instead of drinking
Oh
water.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll look into how to make your water more interesting.
Yes. And then comes herbal teas, uh, fruit smoothies. So like instead of having fruit juices, so like when you're making a smoothie, you are keeping the pulp and you're keeping all the ingredients. And then comes our green smoothies.
Yeah, so here is a like a summary. I would say like what we want to drink
Drink.
less of and what we want to drink more of. So what we'll do now is like we'll basically look into each one and why. When it comes to sodas, like you take, we people are so used to having all kinds of sodas, like it could be 7 Up or Pepsi or Coke or Sprite or
Fanta.
Fanta, Miranda, whichever. Like you change the country, the brand changes,
Mhm,
but basically a soda is a carbonated sugar syrup,
mhm.
a carbonated sugar syrup. It's full of gas and lots of sugar. And we'll share just we'll share with you, like, how much is each different kinds of drinks has. You'll be surprised to know how much of each of these drinks has how much sugar is present in each drink.
And even if you look at it, like when we are drinking sodas, what are we doing? Like we are increasing the risk of obesity, diabetes, asthma, kidney troubles, tooth decay, reproductive problems, heart disease, mood swings, and risk of cancer. So as you can see, like this comes with host lot of problems. So it's better to avoid them. And I know some of us may be saying, oh, this is too difficult for me to give up. It's difficult for me to give up that pop soda. So we will be coming to that part. So
Yeah,
right now,
first understand, first it's important to understand, like, why.
why it is important to avoid them.
Yes, so once you understand the why, then how will open up. But if you don't understand the why clearly, then if why is not strong, it's hard to do it. The other thing about sodas is this: uh, the consumption of soda has increased in our children so
Oh
much
my God.
recently, right? Like
It's
we were in
it's
a
everywhere. It's
yeah.
in school, it's in cafeterias, and like it's like gas station, like anywhere you could just like buy sodas.
Yes, and the thing is, in kids, one of the reason for like having teeth problems
Mhm.
is the amount of soda and sugar consumption. Um, if you look at the ingredients in soda, one is high fructose corn syrup. This is pure sugar, and then there is phosphoric acid. Phosphoric acid is one of the cleaners that is used to clean the toilets. If you go to YouTube and type in cleaning toilet using soda, you'll find all kinds of videos where people
And then they clean very well.
clean very well. Yeah, it is so
Yeah,
powerful.
like white sparkling clean.
Yeah, so when we say clean, you should understand how toxic it is.
Mhm.
Our gut lining is consists of like trillions of very sensitive microorganisms like bacteria, microbes, and these microbes, microbiome. It helps us with the overall digestion of the food, and it boosts our immunity. It helps with so many vital functions. And by taking sodas and sugar, processed sugar, like we damage the microbiome, and we get leaky gut and a whole host of problems.
Mhm.
So we can go on with the soda, but you're getting the point. Yeah, and if you look at like what's
The amount of sugar present in each of these drinks. So as you can see, like when you're drinking plain water, you're not adding extra calories or you're not taking any sweetener. But when you compare like different kinds of sodas, juices, so like you can see the amount of sugar. For example, in the market, they also sell like vitamin mixed water. So like just be aware of that. Like even in vitamin added water, like you can see there are like 8 teaspoons of sugar. And when it comes to sports drink, like they contain 9 teaspoons of sugar. And if you look at orange juice, it has
just a 16-ounce
Mhm.
orange juice. Like we're talking about just two
Yeah,
glasses.
yeah, just like even I would say like one glass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shobas is big glass. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
you're
like,
getting like 11 teaspoons of 11
yeah,
teaspoons of sugar.
sugar.
See, hey, here people might get confused. Orange juice is good for us, right? That's how
Uh-huh.
it's been marketed. But here is the thing, though. To make that 2 glasses of orange juice, you have to squeeze at least 4 oranges, and it takes time to eat those 4 oranges. Whereas you can gulp down this orange juice bottle in no time.
Mm-hmm.
So you're getting rid of um, the fiber, you're getting rid of the nutrients, and also by making juice out of the fruit, you are increasing the calorie density, which makes it's very one of the things that you want to avoid drinking is fruit juice.
And the other thing is we give it to the kids thinking that it is good for them. So it's better to avoid in kids as well. Like it has 11 teaspoons of sugar, as you can see. And you might be seeing a lot of kids drinking energy drinks. And especially when we come out of the gym or even before doing our workouts, lot of us like go for this energy drinks, and you can see it has 13 teaspoon of sugar. And when it comes to sweetened tea, and this is we overlook when we buy those teas, uh, and especially these are sweetened, and it has 14 teaspoon of sugar. uh, like we get store bought like sweetened lemon tea or green tea. Just be aware that how much sugar is present on those sweetened teas.
And
And
when you go with like a 20 ounce of soda pop,
mhm.
that's about 15 teaspoons of sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's high fructose corn syrup. It's not
Mhm.
just sugar; like it's a highly processed form of sugar, along with phosphoric acid,
Mhm.
along with artificial colors,
Mhm.
chemicals in it. And the juice drinks are basically it's a combination of juice and the soda, carbonated juice, and that's
Yeah.
even worse, right?
Yeah, it
So
has like 17 teaspoon of sugar. So next time, like when you are buying this drink or drinking, just rethink like, okay, is it doing this? And I mean, is this drink doing any good to my body if I'm putting this much amount of sugar in my body?
let's continue.
Mhm.
Then, okay, people will say, "Oh, doc, you know what? I don't drink regular soda because I want to avoid sugar. I
And
go with
and I want to lose weight,
yeah,
so
I go with diet
diet
sodas."
soda.
Yes, these diet sodas have a lot of artificial sweeteners, and one of the common ones is aspartame. And research shows whether it is aspartame and other artificial sweeteners, frequent consumption of these sweetened beverages, it's showing to increase depression, and these chemicals basically the artificial sweeteners or the chemicals, they modulate our neurotransmitters. They affect the chemicals in the brain. We are doing this talk while as our cat like Loki is trying to get onto the kitchen counter. So we have to watch him, and we have our dog is here, our cat is there. So if we look like we're distracted, it's our cat and dog. So so okay. um, so these aspartame and other artificial sweeteners, they affect the neurochemicals in our brain, which increases the risk of depression and affects our mood. In people, especially who have mood disorders, they are particularly vulnerable to have the side effects of aspartame, like headaches, insomnia, irritable mood, more depression, and like a loss of orientation to space. Like uh, what is so sad that I see on daily basis is like when I'm walking like in the hospital hallways, we have patients who are waiting to see, like in the clinic, are waiting to be seen in the emerge, and many of they're feeling like sad and like a
Mhm.
little bit not feeling well, stress and all, and they're drinking all these like diet drinks.
Mhm.
It's
And unfortunately, they are being sold in hospital cafeteria too.
Yeah, let's not open up a
Yes,
can of
yeah,
worms,
yeah,
but
I know.
yeah,
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 but
but it is
you,
something that is
yeah.
being sold in
Mhm.
hospital cafeterias. It's being sold in the for the kid, we market to the kids,
Yeah,
and
but like as you see, so like they cause so many reactions. I mean, they decrease our mood, so maybe it's a better thing to avoid. And next comes alcohol. Yeah.
yes, yeah, this might break many people's heart, right? Alcohol has many negative side effects.
Mhm.
One is there is a lot of plenty of research that is showing that even a small amounts of alcohol in women increases the risk of breast cancer. And alcohol in general, like it increases risk of inflammation in the body. And if you talk about the calories in alcohol,
Yeah.
alcohol themselves have a lot of calories. And along with that, research shows that when you drink a glass of wine or beer, then you end up eating more than if you were just to have some other non-alcoholic drinks. This Similarly, there are studies showing where when you increase the concentration of alcohol in a particular beer, then you end up eating actually more. So what we are saying is alcohol, along with having calories of its own, you end up eating more than what you would. Uh, and then this is another interesting study that we found when women were given a shot of vodka and, and they were observed. They noticed that the researchers noticed that they ate people who had vodka, they had 50% more of chocolate chip cookies. So it's we have come across the research on cancer and alcohol connection, weight gain, and also we all know like how it affects our impairs our judgment, our mood. So
Yeah.
it's there are
So,
there
like,
are
even if you think, okay, I'm not drinking that much to impair my judgment, it will still pile up the calories.
Yes, yes. So, uh, like we, this is something that it's here. We're not against having fun, but we want you to have this information so that, like, next time you think of drinking alcohol, you think before you drink. If you're having once in a while, every now and then, that's fine. Like once, maybe a year, twice a year, something like that. But don't be thinking drinking alcohol is a healthy behavior. Yeah. So let's focus on the the dairy.
Yes, I know. Dairy is another a big topic, but like what we want to say is like when it comes to dairy, a lot of us drink dairy thinking that it is good for our bones, but what research has shown as dairy has little to no effect on improving our bones. And even when we give dairy to our kids, research has shown that it's not increasing their bone integrity. And also, it's not uh, preventing us from the risk of fractures. A lot of us consume dairy thinking that, okay, these are some of the things uh, that might be beneficial. So, women who drink 3 or more glasses of milk per day have 60% increased risk for developing a hip fracture. And also, like drinking 3 or more glasses of milk, it increases mortality risk by 93%. Like for each glass of milk, risk of dying from all causes increases by 15%.
This may be
So
shocking for some of you, but like this was shocking for even us. Like this is something it was hard for us to digest in the beginning because we grew up drinking milk, thinking
and
it was good for us.
and especially mothers, they wanted to make sure that their children drank milk before sleeping. Like at least once in a day, they wanted to make sure that their kids drank milk, whether they ate something or not. Was
Yeah, it
uh,
was common for us to for our mothers to force, hey, did you drink
yeah,
your milk?
yes,
But that's
yeah.
how we grew up. But the reality about dairy is that it is it is like It's
Yeah.
mind-boggling, like how negative effects of dairy uh, is affecting our health.
Yes.
If you look at dairy, uh, this picture is self-explanatory. Like you see a human mom feeding the baby, and the cow is feeding the calf, and puppies are being fed by the mother. Where, like, we grown-up adults, we are
We are all.
all after cow's breast.
Yes.
See, the only time we does this make sense? Like, you know, why does cow make milk? The reason why cow makes milk is to fatten up the baby calf, so that the baby calf can grow from 60 pounds or 70 pounds at birth to 600 pounds at 1 year. So the cow's milk has a different amount of protein and uh, calcium and hormones and growth promoting things that are specifically designed for the baby calf. I mean, we are done growing.
Yeah. The thing
And
is, yeah.
the only time we need to grow is like when we are an infant, and that at the time the best food is mother's milk, human mother's milk, but not
Yeah.
not the cows.
Yeah. So one is like milk, it doesn't offer any benefits to us. The other thing is it also uh, causes, like it damages us. Like if you look at milk, like it increases the risk of, like it's linked to heart disease. It's like the cholesterol and the saturated fat that is found in dairy, like it increases the risk of diabetes, heart disease, and other chronic conditions that we see nowadays. And the pus cells or the bacterial overload in the milk.
Yeah, this is something that many people don't understand. See, the way the dairy cows are kept right now, you may be thinking that it's a happy farmer chatting with the cow and, like, milking. That may you may be seeing that in the ads, but the reality is this: the cows are basically milk. For dairy industry, cows are milk making machines, and to their udders, the milk, what do you call, the milking machines are
Just
continuously
yeah,
attached, and the purpose of that is to suck out every drop of that milk that's in the cow's breast. But the problem is this: when these machines are latched onto the cow's breast, uh, there they get the infections, mastitis, and there, like, you have the pus cells. And as the cow is being milked, you're getting some pus cells as well. So many of the not just many, every store bought cow's milk samples, it tests positive for having pus cells. And it is legal to have less than 700,000 pus cells per ml in US and Canada. So this is not something that many people know. We didn't know this, like, so, but it's not as healthy as what we think. Yeah.
The other thing is it increases the risk of autoimmune condition, and also it increases the risk of having allergies, mostly in the kids, like when we are trying to feed them, like we want to keep that in mind. It also, the other thing is dairy is also linked with a lot of reproductive cancers, for example, prostate cancer or breast cancer. So it's better, like if we can avoid that. And the other thing is dairy doesn't have fiber or phytochemicals or antioxidants. So like if you think of any protective substances in dairy, there is not much to speak of.
Yeah, and all the nutrients that you get from dairy, we can directly get it from the plants.
Yeah, so if you're thinking, okay, I'm drinking milk for calcium, we have wonderful sources of calcium. Like plant-based foods, like offer wonderful sources of calcium.
Like, just focus on getting beans and greens and whole grains, and you'll get all the calcium that your body needs.
And without having the negative effects,
Yes.
of health. Yeah.
Yes. So let's move on to what we should be drinking. Yes.
Yes.
So we covered so far. It's better to avoid the sodas, the diet sodas, the alcohol,
Fruit
dairy,
juices.
fruit juices, and these energy drinks, right? Yeah. So let's focus on drinking. What to drink, right? So undoubtedly, the best drink on the planet is water. And it's funny that we have to talk about drinking benefits of water, like,
Yeah.
it's but anyway, we have come to our intelligence has come to such a level that we have to know the benefits of drinking water to drink water. So so that's why.
Sad, sad but true.
Yes.
Yeah.
So here is we'll give you, if you're not drinking water, maybe this will help you to focus on getting more water into it. Like, it fills up the stomach and it raises the metabolism, and just by drinking 2 cups of water, it boosts the metabolism so much by like 25 to 30% up to 90 minutes. And our body spends up to 25 calories to integrate 2 cups of water into the system. That
So
means if anyone who wants to lose weight,
just
eh,
just drink 2 cups of water and you're spending 25
yeah,
calories.
it's like when you get like 8 cups of water,
Mm.
that's like it's equivalent to you walked a mile or a kilometer and a half. What can beat that? Yeah. Yeah. And in one study, like, there were men and women who were overweight. They were randomized to drinking 2 cups of water before each meal, versus the other group did not do that. And when the researchers compared in 12 weeks, the group that had water, they lost 5 pounds of fat compared to the other group. No changes in the amount of calories that they ate, no changes, or no difference in the amount of activity that they did, just by water and no water.
Mhm.
So, well, then people ask, like, how much should we drink and when we should drink, and is what kind of water is okay. So just 2 to 3 cups 4 times a day is enough to burn extra 100 calories. Tap water is just fine. Some people like some carbonation, so
Mhm.
sparkling water is okay. Just be aware of the extra gas and bloating. Now, here some people say, hey, doc, I really don't enjoy the taste of the water,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Because this is something that, with the amount of the juices, amount of sodas that many
The
people have consumed growing up.
yeah, the way our taste buds have been stimulated
Mhm.
by sugary drinks, so like water doesn't taste that appealing.
Yes.
So so what can we do? So we will come to that part.
Yes.
So but
Just
let's first
Yeah, we'll be
see like
showing you. We'll be showing you in just few minutes how to make the water more interesting, take it to the next level. So, then, like, as we already said, it's drinking water is one of the cheapest and healthiest ways to boost your health. The resources that we took, like, the some of the studies that we quoted are from Dr. Greger's book, How Not to Diet. This is one of the best books that, like, we highly recommend to our gift of all students as well. So with that, uh,
yeah, so as you can see, like when we think of, okay, I need, oh my god, I need to avoid my coffee, I need to avoid soda, I need to avoid alcohol. So it may seem overwhelming. So let's say if we are used to drinking uh, these things, so like what is that we can do, like when we want to create a habit change? So let's say knowing the ill effects of this drink, like if we decide to drink like water or herbal teas or juice, I mean the smoothies, either like fruit smoothies or green smoothies, what is that we can do? So one is like here it's better for us to pick one small change. So let's say like if you are drinking pop, if you are drinking coffee, if you are drinking alcohol, I mean for the first time just pick one that which you want to give up, and we can work towards that, and then slowly we can target the next thing. Okay, so when it comes to pop, so um, I know it's difficult to give up, like especially for some of us who have been drinking for years and years, that might be something hard to give up.
yes, but what we have observed is this: like, people, we have had people who are
Mm,
drinking like 6 to 8 cups of, uh, like 6 to 8 cans of Coke
mm,
or pop.
mhm,
But they cut it down to four, cut it
mhm,
down to three, and then, like, increase the intake of water. And gradually, when you start increasing the intake of like a healthy foods and a healthy drinks like the water, more fruits, and more vegetables, what we have seen is that our need, our necessity to boost ourselves with these unhealthy, like sugary, caffeinated drinks, the need goes down. Like when our cells are flooded with nutrients and water, then our necessity, then our need to depend upon these short-lived boosting drinks, it goes down. Have you noticed that when you go for this soda pop, or like a coffee with double triple cream and sugar, or the energy drinks, that your energy may go up, but what happens after a half hour or two? You have a energy crash.
And just to keep up, we again drink, like we again want another cup of coffee or a soda. So like one thing is like when it comes to cutting
Yeah,
like
so let's just address the coffee thing. Like, so because I don't think we talked about, like, coffee is one thing. See, coffee, if you're having black, a small cup may be okay, but uh, most people, the way that coffee are drinking, like the double, the dairy in it, the creamer and the sugar, it makes the coffee more worse. Instead, and the coffee itself also has some issues, because there are some studies showing that taking coffee, it affects the lining of the inner lining of the blood vessels. On the other hand, there are some studies showing that drinking coffee is kind of okay. So coffee is, like, I would say, a yellow zone food. So but definitely, if you want to make your coffee healthier, uh, go for black coffee. We have had people like who had trouble switching in the beginning, but after a couple of weeks, you won't find it that bad. And there is a question, hey,
like, yeah, what do you recommend?
comment for tea in the morning. Instead of putting the dairy, like even 1%, 2% milk or creamer, go for either a soy milk or almond milk, or like any other plant-based milk. So just having that 2 or 3 spoons of it, it basically changes the color and the texture of it, right?
Yeah. Okay. So will will coffee and tea denigrate you?
Yeah, so basically, tea, it's better to go for the herbal teas rather than the caffeinated teas. We'll show you some examples of it. Coffee, as we shared, it's a yellow zone area. It's, don't be thinking it's like too, it's a healthy behavior, but decrease the dependence upon coffee. One reason that many people like coffee in the morning, it gives them the boost of energy. That is because what we have observed is, most of the time, if you're not giving the nutrients to your body, like if you're not eating enough fruits, if you're not eating enough whole grains, whole foods, vegetables, then your cells are not getting enough nutrients, and you have this low energy, mood swings. But once you fix up, clean up your diet, once you get at least 5 servings of vegetables, 5 servings of fruits, 2 or 3 servings of whole grains, 2 or 3 servings of beans, which is what we focus on in our gift of health programs, that our students, like, that's what they achieve in just 6 weeks. uh, Wherever they start, they get these whole ingredients. Within just 4 to 6 weeks, they revamp their diet, and with the new way of eating, where the cells are flooded with nutrients, the energy is more balanced, and then you have less dependence for these short-lived energy boost drinks.
Yeah. So, like one thing is the reason we drink soda is because it's a convenience. Like it's a convenience to buy, and even like in the morning, like instead of preparing the breakfast, it's just easy to grab that cup of coffee or uh, that drink. Like what we can do is, if we want to change our habit from drinking sodas and all those things. So uh, one thing is don't bring the things or don't have those things in your house. Like if you're trying to build a habit of avoiding sodas, so that is a very helpful thing that you can do. If when it's not in the house, uh, it's less likely that you would go for it. The other thing is, so what do we do for the juices? It's the same thing. So it's better to avoid like bringing juices. Uh, Same thing when it's not in the house, you won't be feeding to your kids and you won't have it for yourself. So if it's not in your cart, it doesn't come to your house. And what do we do about dairy? So one is like we can definitely substitute that with plant-based milk. We can either go for soy milk, almond milk, or any other type of milk, or oat milk, like whatever. In the beginning, you may not like the taste of plant-based milk, but like allow your give it a chance. I mean, like when you try for first time, you may not like it, but like try it for a few more times and you would be amazed. Like just in few weeks your taste buds may change, and you may actually like the flavor and you would be amazed. And this is what happened in my case too. Like I am so much fond of drinking dairy, like almost like I would have a tall glass of milk and yogurt. Like I grew up with drinking milk and yogurt. Those are my two favorite things. And when I had to transition, uh, when I first tasted that plant-based milk, I actually tasted soy milk, and I was like, "Oh my God, I don't know how people can drink that." That was my first reaction when I was trying to drink that soy milk. But like when I knew about the negative effects of dairy, so I thought like I should give myself a chance, and slowly, instead of drinking soy milk by glass, so when we are adding in the dishes, we don't feel the taste much. So like when we are adding in our coffee, tea, we might not be able to tell the difference. So you can substitute dairy uh, in like in your tea, coffee. You can start there, and then you can also add it in different dishes, and then slowly you would be amazed that like later you start enjoying the taste of the dairy. Now, as we said, now let us see how we can increase the consumption of the drinks that are good for our health. Okay, so one thing is we spoke about water. So if we don't like drinking water, what is that we can do? So let us show you. So,
Here, can you spotlight this one?
yeah.
Spotlight, and then is it muted? And disconnect audio from that one.
This one?
Yeah. So if you just
It's muted.
okay,
Oh,
just go, click on that.
okay.
That will disconnect audio from here.
Yeah, just do this.
Not mute actually. Leave computer audio.
Okay.
Can you hear us? So is this spotlighted, Shobha?
It is.
Hello?
Okay.
Yeah, that's spotlighted.
Yeah, yeah. So let us know if you are able to hear us. If not,
yes. Okay. Good.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So now let us see, like what we can do when we want to drink water. For some of us who are not used to drinking water, we might think, okay, this is plain, bland. Like what is that I can do? So one is rather than going for flavored waters, store-bought flavored waters, what you can do is you can add your own flavorings. So to this, like you can add lemon, or we can add, so like here, like we have like orange slices, so we can like add orange slices to our water. And like if you want, we can add lemon slices, and like we can add some cut strawberry slices. So, and like you could just put the fruits, and if you have mint, you could just put them in. And leave it for some time, and like when you drink this water, like you would find that it is really tasty.
Yes. So you could have it in a big container, and then every day you can change it. Or if these are like 16-ounce cups, which are like equivalent to 2 glasses. Like you could flavor it the way you like. I have orange and strawberry in it, and then this one has lemon and strawberry.
And also, like if you like to add cucumber, like I have some pieces of cucumber.
Yes, so you could also the other things that work well are watermelon. Like watermelon can work well, and mint leaves, as you mentioned already. So there are so many choices. Some people, if they like it spicy, right? You can even like a flavor in this is like they want a kick out of it. Some people I've seen adding a little bit of cinnamon, like cinnamon stick. Drop the cinnamon stick, a little bit of sweetish.
Yeah. So, and like you can just flavor the water, and like all throughout the day, like you could just take some water and drink it. It brings out that subtle flavor.
Yes, it's
which is good, and you feel so refreshed even like when you're drinking that.
Yeah. Can you taste the orange in?
Yes.
Yeah, I can taste the lemon in it.
Yes,
It's so good. Yeah. And we just put it just now, but if you leave it for even a little bit more longer, and if you're taking for a workplace, right? If you're taking in a container, in that container you could just drop some.
So let's say like if you're taking
this one of my colleagues made this sticker. Yes. So sometimes I take this. And then you can put
like either you can sometimes you take smoothies in it, and sometimes like even like you don't find drinking water a problem.
No, for me, drinking water is not a problem. But like for some people who have trouble, that looks so good.
Yes.
The color combination, yeah. So you could just fill up with water and then put whatever fruit flavor you like.
Okay. Yeah. So that's about water. Like when it comes to coffee, so let's say if you want to give up coffee, or if you feel that if you're addicted to coffee, these are caffeine free and have natural coffee flavors. Actually, they're made with roasted beets and chicory, and they do give the coffee flavor. So they come in different brands. Like Cafix is one brand, and Caffree. So there are like different kinds of things that you get in the store. Like here, for people who are living here in Newfoundland, you can get this in Dominion and Sobeys. So that's where they're selling this coffee substitutes, I would say. And when it comes to tea, so like any herbal tea is good. So if you can have caffeine-free herbal teas, that is good. And green tea is good for you. So let's say like if you like green tea, sure, like you can go for green tea. And like there are different types of teas. Like we actually bought this from David's Tea, like for people who are from Newfoundland. So
yeah, it's across. It's there across Canada and US. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, in David's Tea, like you can. So this is not African mint, and there are like different flavors of herbal tea. Like we especially like this not African mint.
Yeah, but there are so many choices, right? Like this one is a spiced apple chai, and this is another flavor. It smells so good. Yeah, we just we boil some hot water. Right, we use this kettle, boil some hot water, and add some this tea, and the tea is ready in just like 5 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's make some. You want to make some? I want to make some coffee using this Cafix. So
sure.
Yeah. So I heated up some.
So while you're making the coffee, so this is plant-based milk. So it's soy milk. So similarly, as I said, you can also have almond milk, or you can also make it at home. So it doesn't have to be store-bought. Like we can make different types of milk. And the recipes are on the Gift of Health site. So let's say if you choose to make your own milk, and so the okay.
So I took some soy milk and heated it, and just adding this Kefix, and then this one is good for me as it is. But if you like some sugar, you add like a spoon of brown sugar, and it's we have given this to many friends, and they when they, especially like when they have get together, and they never told, like they could figure out that this is actually not coffee. So you could definitely get this from Amazon, Cafix or Cafe. There are so many brands that are available. So we talked about coffee, tea, water. Then let's come to smoothies.
Yeah.
So we can make fruit smoothies.
Yeah. So when it comes to smoothies, it could be as simple as I'm just adding strawberries. Like you can make fruit smoothies of any kind of fruit. Like it can be mango, it can be strawberry, it can be blueberries. You can pick berries or different kinds of fruits. So it can be pear. So like here, I'm just putting some strawberries. Yeah. And I'm adding banana to this one. I'm just making a small serving, and add some soy milk. And to this, I know like we want to power up, we want to get omega-3. So like one good source of omega-3s is flaxseed meal and chia seeds. So I'm just adding some flaxseed, and
it's a great way to like flax seeds and chia seeds, a great way to get more fiber, more
yes,
protein.
Yeah.
And I'm also adding some grapes.
Yes. And I'm just going to blend this with.
Yeah, you can add the proportions like when you start out, right? Like make sure that you're putting like a couple of types of fruit, or even you can just make it even with just banana, right?
Yeah.
So you want to show that one? Yeah. So making a smoothie is so fast, and you could. Some people ask us like, "Hey, I'm used to eating yogurt. Like instead of going for yogurt made of cow's milk, it's much better to have a smoothie."
Yeah. So and like we have yummy smoothie. So this is something like you can give it to your kids, and this is something like you can drink yourself. So as you can see, it doesn't take much time. So morning, let's say instead of going for coffee, feel free, like if you want to just make some smoothie, and if you're in a rush, you want to go out of the door, just prepare some smoothie and put it in a container. But let's say if you want to take the smoothie to next level, we can do some green smoothies.
So what we're doing, like a green smoothies, like are a great way to get the like the greens, like the spinach or kale, any greens, like this. Good. So good, yeah. Yeah.
While I'm enjoying my smoothie, you can show that.
So I'm putting some like a handful of spinach. Like when you're starting out, when you're not used to having green smoothie, start with less spinach. But when you're used to drinking, like you don't mind having more greens. Like we are used to having greens smoothies with spinach, kale. So I have some spinach. I'm putting some banana. Adding a bit of strawberries. And a few grapes. We got some grapes here, already washed. and then flaxseed. We'll be adding. It is so versatile. Like whatever you want to add. The flaxseed, like if you're not familiar with flax seeds, these are so rich in omega-3s. Just a tablespoon of flax seeds will give you the omega-3s that you need. I forgot to put some milk. So we have unsweetened soy milk. So when you are starting out in the beginning, like make sure you're putting at least 50% fruit, but and 50% greens. But as you go along, you can experiment with adding more greens and be okay with less fruit. So I'm going to blend this.
Yeah. So while Arjun is blending this, let me show you how we can take this.
It is to bound.
This is really good.
It's good. Yeah.
And as you can see, you might be surprised. This is something the kids might also like. So as if you could just put handful of greens, but if 50% are fruit, it gives the sweetness, the natural sweetness, and the kids might enjoy it too.
Yeah, and like when you're not used to drinking green smoothies, right? Mm-hmm. Like the color of the color, like the green may turn you off.
Yeah.
But you won't taste it.
So make sure you're choosing greens that do not have bitter taste. So like when you're choosing greens for smoothie, you can go with spinach or kale. Make sure you don't choose arugula or like other bitter greens. They would give a different kind of taste. So just be mindful of that. And let's say
so this one, like what we're taking it to the next level, right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. So let's say we want to take one level further. So instead of just thinking smoothie in terms of green smoothies, we can also think in terms of like vegetables. So here I have sweet potato, and what I did is I just put this in a steamer. This is an Epicure steamer, and I love it because it's so fast. What I did is I took the sweet potato and put it in this Epicure steamer and put it in the microwave for 4 minutes, and my sweet potatoes are steamed. So I'm putting this steamed sweet potato, and to that I'm adding banana, and then adding my chia seeds, adding the flax seeds, adding soy milk. And this is something like if you have kids less than 1 year, this is something like you can prepare and feed it to babies, infants too. And I'm just going to blend this. So as you can see, like we got a nice orange flavor smoothie.
So this is sweet potato, banana, and soy milk. Mm-hmm. And if you want to take it to the next level, even like you can add a little bit of pumpkin pie spice or cinnamon. Mm-hmm. So then it will become like a festive drink.
Yeah.
Just a sprinkle on the top.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So as you can see, they don't take much time to prepare. So let's say morning, even if you're in rush, you could just put the things in the blender, blend it. If you're going out, put them in your flask and take it.
Yeah. You can even have it like a yogurt. This is good. Yeah. And you can adjust. Good. Yeah, and you can adjust the proportion of different. Like if you're someone who don't like the idea of sweet potato in the smoothie, you can put a small amount and put like more fruit. Like you can even add grapes to it.
Yes.
Right. So you can make it more sweet. The combinations are endless. The creativity can be endless. Like.
And the other thing is, I know, like if we want to take a level further, we can also do with beans. So like we can have the white beans, add fruit like banana, milk, add flaxseed, chia seed, blend it, and it makes a wonderful smoothie. So these are like different ways, like where we can either pick greens, we can pick vegetables, like I would say different kind of vegetables, or we can just do with fruits. And this is a wonderful way of powering up in terms of, so instead of drinking those sodas, like if you can move towards drinking these smoothies, like that small change would reap huge benefits. So we wish you all the best to increase the consumption. And,
so we're gonna.
And I know, like we got some questions, so we are just going to answer them.
Yeah, we're gonna come to this screen. We're back to this screen. So let's make sure the audio is good. Yeah, you can give a thumbs up or type in yes. Okay.
Yeah, I can enjoy while you.
Yeah. Okay. So.
It's still, is it spotlighted? Because
no, it's coming. Yeah, okay. There's a delay between that. So okay, the question is, would it be beneficial to add greens to the sweet potato smoothie? For example, yes, you can add greens to the sweet potato smoothie. That would still, taste fine. Like just adjust the amount of greens to your liking. Yeah, that's the way to drink a smoothie in a wine glass. Yes. Michael says, looking awesome, but have to give up my Coca-Cola. Yes, Michael, you got to get rid of this Coca-Cola. Yes. And tub of ice cream each night. No, instead of having this tub of ice cream each night, have a smoothie and your body will thank you. Okay. Lots of recipes on Gift of Health site. Okay, the question here is, does caffeine-free coffee trick the brain, body satisfied? Aruna, it depends on what level of spectrum of eating you are in. The more fruits and vegetables, the more whole grains and beans you are eating, the more the cells are flooded, the body is flooded with nutrients, less cravings you have about coffee. And what we have observed in our students is once they switch to this caffeine free, this Cafix or caffree made with chicory root or a beetroot malted barley extract, these kind of coffee substitutes that worked very well for many of our students. Lana is asking, I find my sugars go down when exercising. Could you suggest an alternative to Gatorade to take on the road, or perhaps something I should be eating before I go to get me through? So Lana, it depends upon how long you're running. If you're going for a 5K, then maybe just a bowl of oatmeal or a couple of bananas will do. And then, but if you're going for like a 10K or a 15K, it's important that you eat a big, not big, but you're nourished well, like in the morning of the run, or also the night before the run.
The previous night.
Yes, because you want to carb load your muscles, like when you're going for like 10-15 kilometer run. And The other thing is have some raisins
Mhm.
and have a date, like especially medjool date. Let me show you this. Um, like these are medjool dates. These are so sweet and full of
So you
yeah,
can see, and they're so soft too.
yeah.
They're soft and nice.
You like, and you, if you have a running pouch, if you have like two or three of these actually like act like energy gels.
Mhm.
Right? Many people take these energy gels when you're going for long runs, which these energy gels have a lot of chemicals and colors. So these medjool dates will work having the raisins. And I've done marathons, like when I ran like 5 6 hours nonstop. I used to depend on. I used to pack in a small Ziploc bag some nuts, with combination of raisins and dates, almost like your own homemade trail mix, and lots of water throughout. So important. Oh, good to see you, Jasmine. There. Yeah. S- Well, what do you suggest for diabetes, Tara? Uh, Tara, the thing is, for diabetes, it's so important to fix the food overall. It's not just the what you drink. You have to have a good understanding of like what's causing the diabetes. If you're talking about type 2 diabetes, which is the most common type, the cause is insulin resistance, and insulin resistance is depends upon how much meat we eat, how much dairy products we eat, how much oils we eat, how much processed foods we eat. So we recommend a whole food plant-based way of approach, where you're eating uh, plenty of beans and whole grains, fruits and vegetables in a less processed form. Especially if you have diabetes, it's important to eat the food rather than taking in the form of a smoothie, because when you take smoothies compared to okay, this is a spectrum, guys. Like if you have a choice between eating a fruit versus drinking a smoothie versus drinking a juice, like on the like the gold medal goes to eating the fruit, the silver medal goes to having a smoothie, and the bronze medal goes to having juice. Even not even bronze medal, but I would say
Yeah, I wouldn't give any
yeah,
kind of.
yeah. So eating food is better than blending and drinking, because then our body can it takes time to digest that food, and the blood sugar rise is gradual, whereas when we take juices, the blood sugar rise as soon as we take that smoothie, as soon as we take the juices, so fast, whereas with smoothie it is slower compared to juice. But one way to make the smoothie healthier is, rather than gulping it down, you sip on the smoothie.
Yeah.
So enjoy your smoothie over 15 to 20 minutes,
Mhm.
and then you blunt that fast blood sugar effect. Hey, the thing is, uh, Tara, like we are starting our next 6 week program starting from Monday, which is Gift of Health Food as Medicine program, where we are teaching people how to reverse diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, people who want to lose weight, keep it off, and people, even if you don't have these health issues, people who want to avoid these health issues and improve their health with the whole food plant-based way of eating.
And a lot of people have found success in reducing their diabetic medications and come off their medications
Yes,
too,
and and
and reverse their diabetes.
yes,
Yeah.
and for people who don't have these conditions, I
Mhm.
mean, this is a great time. Like with COVID around, with the lockdowns going on, there is no good time. Like there is no better time than now to take charge of our health and upgrade our health.
Yeah.
So we invite you to invite you to join us for the 6 week course. Like our You can see in the links, the comments, the where you could look up the 6 week online course, where people have transformed their health in just a short period of 6 weeks. You could
Yeah, yeah. So there can be a lot of things can be achieved in those 6 weeks.
yes, just click on this link, Tara, and you can find that. Like even if you want to stop dieting, because we many people are on this cycle of yo-yo dieting, like and talk about dieting, I've done all kinds of diet, right, in my previous life, which I would call like 12 years ago. Before I became a surgeon, I was like pretty much like one of my patients. uh, I used to be 220 pounds while I was training to become a surgeon. And not just the weight, it was stress, it was the yo-yo dieting and the sugar crashes, like the ups and downs, the energy crashes. It's just a struggle to do my job at work, and also being responsible as a husband, as a father. Changing my diet to plant-based way of eating, it has eliminated those energy crashes. It has given me the consistent energy throughout the day, and I've been able to lose weight over 70 pounds and keep it off. No portion control, no calorie counting, no more dieting, right?
Mhm.
It's like a freedom from the dieting. So check it out. We can't We have a wonderful group of people who are already starting like Monday,
Mhm.
and we are
And
super excited for them. Yeah.
yes, yeah. So like we definitely invite you to check out the program, and you wouldn't regret for doing that.
Yes,
Yeah.
and the community,
Mm-hmm.
like when we see right now, we are doing this so that everyone could benefit, like because
Mm-hmm.
we want all this information and knowledge to reach as many people as possible, so that like nobody's limited by lack of information. And our mission at Gift of Health is basically to share that Gift of Health is possible right from the comfort of your home.
Mm-hmm.
Here, isn't it a miracle? Like right now we are in our kitchen, and we have had patients, our we have had students in the Gifts of Health program, where from their kitchen they were able to, with the changes that they've made in their kitchen, in their living room, they were able to come off of the medications that they were taking for a long time. They were able to find more energy, stop dieting, and just to get over these troublesome cravings as well. Cravings is a big thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Many people find it when they try to do the changing their diet on their own. I don't know, I have very troublesome cravings.
Yeah. So like actually over the 6 week course, like you are gaining the skills like how to overcome this troublesome cravings. Basically, you're building the skill power
Hmm.
rather than relying in your willpower,
Yes.
and like making huge transformations.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
So
we need the skills, like how to cook,
mm,
how to shop, how to read nutrition labels, how to deal with the difficult cravings, how to deal with difficult people who roll their eyes when you say, "Hey, I'm doing this Gift of Health course, or I'm eating healthy, I'm eating more plant-based," and you will see all the people like rolling their eyes. I've had this for a long time, where
and then also you'll have questions about like how do I eat outside, like how do I deal like when I'm in restaurants, when I'm traveling, I'm working. So like all this skills can be built in the 6 week program, like which is amazing, I would say.
Yes. So what we have done is created um, like the sessions and the program in a way that it is not only possible for you to do this well at home, but even when you're away from home, when you're eating at restaurants. Hey, I eat well at home, but I don't know what to do when I go to my friend's place, when I go to restaurants. So we got you covered on that.
Yeah.
And
And I would say we actually created this Gift of Health 6 week program especially for you because we recognize, like in the clinic, it's so difficult to undo the lifetime of habits in just that 15 minutes of appointment. So that's why we created this program, like where you have a chance to have all your questions answered, like all the myths that like we have doubts about. At the same time, also gain the skills about like how to do, like what to cook, how to shop, like what to bring, and gaining the skills, and also like how to develop healthy habits. So there is whole host of different things that have been built in the 6 week course that actually helps you to transform your health, like give up your medications and lead the life that you want to. So
So, if you have any questions about it, feel free to reach out to us. Sometimes people say, "Hey, I don't know whether it is the right thing for me.
Mhm.
I'm not sure about this." Feel free to
Email,
message us.
yeah, feel free
Free to
to,
message us here, comment here, or
or
message us on Facebook, or send us an email
email, yeah.
through Gift of Health site, and we will
Mhm.
be happy to help you to navigate your situation. So, because we also want to create we basically create like a personalized approach, not just one thing fits for all.
Mhm.
So we also personalize the program depending upon your needs, so feel free to reach out as well.
Yeah. So like I know,
We can keep talking.
yeah. So hopefully you got some ideas today, like how you can power up your life, how you can power up that drinking, and how you can give away the drinks that are not good for you and increase the consumption of drinks that are good for you. So
Just by changing this,
yeah.
just by changing what you drink every day, if you're getting at least a green smoothie every day, 6 to 8 cups of water to start with, but go up to 8 to 12 cups of water. You increase your water intake, you increase the intake of fruits and vegetables, green smoothies. Just by making these changes, you will see like
Huge,
your, yeah,
huge
huge
benefit.
benefits. So keep,
Yeah.
wherever you are, start with wherever you are,
Yeah.
keep improving and
Yeah.
keep,
So if you're not used to drinking any water, start with 1 glass of water and you could just build up from there. And if you don't like plain water, you could flavor. And so today, like you got some ideas like how you can have different drinks. So we wish you all the best and like enjoy rest of the night. So
yeah.
thank you for joining us.
And we will be signing off. We'll see you later.
Adios.